Well, in Your Vote 2024, in just a few hours, President Joe Biden will deliver his final State of the Union address before the November elections. The speech comes at a critical time in the country and in the campaign. Julia Benbrook joining us live from the White House with what we can expect tonight. Julia, good evening to you.
Good evening from Washington, Phil. You know, the stage is now set for a Trump-Biden rematch in November, meaning that Biden's State of the Union remarks will not only touch on the key themes of his presidency, but offer a preview of his 2024 re-election message. President Joe Biden set to deliver what could be the most consequential speech of his presidency, touting the successes of his first term while contrasting his plans for the future with Donald Trump's.
The president is focused on one thing, and that's communicating clearly his vision for the country to the American people.
Biden's speech is expected to be heavy on economic populism, announcing a new plan to raise taxes on corporations and the wealthy and cut taxes for low-income families. The better than expected state of the economy is a message he's struggled to get across to voters who remain frustrated with inflation.
This has been an incredibly consequential president, somebody who's helped the economy bounce back to record unemployment and incredible GDP growth. And strong job growth.
The president is likely to call out the failed border deal that Republicans refused to take up. It was linked to funding for Ukraine and Israel.
I think the president will really lay out why stopping progress on a real problem for the American people only because of politics is wrong.
Tonight will also be a test of the president's vitality for voters concerned about his age.
The president is going home tonight. He showed that last year where you saw his nimbleness and volleying back and forth with the Republicans.
GOP House Speaker Mike Johnson is pleading for decorum after heckling took place during Biden's last State of the Union address. Shortly after the president's remarks, the Republican Party will have the chance to respond in an organized way. They've chosen Katie Britt, a 42-year-old senator from Alabama, to deliver the GOP response. Party leadership has referred to her as a leading voice in a new generation. Reporting live at the White House, Julia Benbrook, WISH TV.